Hello, all. This is Rick Keys, Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show. And I got a special show for you today. This is my top 31 blues album releases for 2020. You've heard all 31 of them, and you've heard a lot of their songs that over the past 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, almost a month. So now you're going to hear those top 31, one single from each album. So let's go through them all that you're going to hear. First one, remember these all made it to my list, 31 of them. Bill Blue, the King of Crazy Town. There's one. Backtrack Blues Band, Your Baby Has Left. They'll be on that list. Here's some of the Canadian groups. Jim Diamond Review, Friends and Family. From Canada. Another gentleman I really like, Peter Karp, puts out great music every year. He's also from Canada. Magnificent Heart. Another Canadian, cool dude. It's Corey Luke and the Smoke Wagon Blues Band, The Ballad of Albert Johnson. Yet another Canadian, Crystal Shawanda. She's actually indigenous to Canada, kind of like an Eskimo or whatever up there is indigenous. She's got a release. It's called Church House Blues. It made it to my list. As I mentioned, the Rick Keys Music Caravan is known internationally, and I play music from all over the world. So you just heard Canada. Now we got a gentleman from Denmark. His name is Thorbjorn Reisager and the Black Tornado. And he's got a release called Come On In. Another European from the UK or England or Britain, whatever they call themselves. Paul Gillings, Invisible Prison. And this one was kind of surprising. I played it a lot, and I didn't know if it was going to make it to the chart, but it did make it to the chart, and it made to my heart. And it's called The Sunnysiders. They release The Bridges from Croatia. And actually, this gentleman, Hamish Anderson, his release Out of My Head. He's originally from Australia, but I guess he's living in America, but we'll say Australia. Okay, now we got all the Americans left. Grant Dermody, Maidoni, made it to my list. Ben Rice and R.B. Stone, unique release. All their songs are played on cigar boxes. Out of the Box, appropriate name. They made it to my list. Mark May Band, Deep Dark Demon. I think we've seen the Deep Dark Demon all 2020. He made it to my list. This one's kind of the story of a John Blues Boyd's life, what my eyes have seen. He kind of parlays what his eyes have seen. Kat Riggins, Cry Out. She made it to my list. The proven ones, their release You Ain't Done, got some people like Kid Ramos on there. Another great one. New gentleman I'd never heard of, but when I first heard his music, it went to my heart. I knew he was going to be on my list. Kevin Burt, Stone Crazy. Like these two, Kathy Lemons and Phil Berkowitz, they actually interviewed on my show, and you can check it out. The Godless Land, they made it to my list. Young kid, 21 years old, still college student, got a long ways to go. If he keeps putting out great music like this, Carry Out or Delivery, kind of tells you about what life and food in the United States has been for 2020. A band called Sam. It's actually the daughter and her son related to Sam Taylor. Legacy, they made it to my list. There's another gentleman that I interviewed, and he's been on my list twice now, 2 years. Jeremiah Johnson, Unemployed, highly annoyed. That's a theme song for 2020. Here's another one. Kenny Blues Boss Wayne. Go just do it. Like his glasses. See the keys in there? Rick Keys. Yet another Tennessee Run by Lloyd Jones. This one had a lot of great songs on it too. JD3 and the John Doe Trio. Looks like getting a little sun in there. Let's see if we can adjust in the studio. There we go. I just did some studio adjustment. Something Good by JD3 and the John Doe Trio. Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, cool name. They released The Remedy. Made it to my list. Taz Crew, another pal of mine. We did a little interview with him. His release, Drive On, made it to my top releases for 2020. A lot of music, huh? So I do listen to music on almost a weekly basis, new music. In a Room Full of Blues, here comes the Alligator record label artists. Their release, In a Room Full of Blues, made it to my list. Another Alligator group, Elvin Bishop and Charlie Musselwhite, 100 Years of Blues, made it to my list. And last but not least of the Alligator artists, Tinsley Ellis, Ice Cream in Hell. Looks like you're getting a little flashback there. This one I really liked. These last ones are kind of like the top releases. I'd say maybe in the top 10. I don't really have a actual top 10, but if I had one, these guys would be up there. The B. Christopher Band, Two Rivers Back. Savoy Brown, I wasn't picking my nose. Savoy Brown, been around for a long time, in his 70s. In fact, his release, Ain't Done Yet, tells you a lot about him and his music. Got to get away from that sun. Kind of the top two, I would say, of if I had a top 10 list. Robert Cray Band, That's What I Heard. Kind of like the Robert Cray when he first came out and was super hot. This one is super hot too. And last but not least, Sonny Landreth, one of my favorites, Blacktop Run. So there you have it. 31 releases that made it to the Rick Keys Music Caravan. Now you're going to be able to hear one song from each of those. And you know how to check it out now. You go to my YouTube site. That's probably the easiest way. Go to Rick Keys Music Caravan, subscribe, and then go to my playlist and check out the top 31. You can find it that way. Or you can find it on the Facebook, Rick Keys Music Caravan. Like it, follow it. Last but not least, trying to get rid of that little